guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a review of the Color Gypsies deck of color. I was going through all my decks and I was like looking for, because I do a review of one of my decks every week, every Sunday. And as I was looking through decks that I hadn't reviewed yet, I was like, I hadn't reviewed this because I've had this for quite some time. So yeah, I need to put it out there. So the deck of color actually doesn't come in this beautiful leather case. This one I actually got off of Etsy. It has a beautiful little quartz in here. And the name of the shop that I get a lot of my tarot bags from that look just like this is from a shop called My Grandmother's Hands. So just type that into your search engine for shops on Etsy. It's called My Grandmother's Hands. And it's this beautiful teal blue, and I have, I don't know, like 6 or 7 of their bags total, and I just love them so much. So let's actually go inside and find the gorgeous deck. So okay, so here are the title cards. So it's again by the Color Gypsy, and this is the deck of color. And then it came with this other extra card, and Leticia is the creator of this deck. It says Magic Speaks Through Color. So I highly suggest visiting her website. I believe just type into Google Color Gypsy, make sure it's spelled this way, deck of color, and her site will come up. I know that she had different variations of her deck. She had the regular size deck. She had a smaller version of it. She had one with it where it had her regular keyword at the bottom, but it also had like information on the back. So yeah, and she does all types of readings, of course, all done with color. So like she does like rainbow healings and rainbow readings, and I've gotten a reading from her. I've gotten a healing from her. I think she's a fabulous person, and so I really love her energy. I love her personality. I just love who she is as a human being. So I have no problem like promoting her. Okay, so let's take a look at the cardstock here. So first, just looking at the backing of the cards, I love the colors here. It's just very, like late 80s, like early 90s. Those are my colors. Hence why, my brand, Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, my my logo is in that, kind of pink and white and black and, teal, all those awesome colors. Okay, so it's your standard tarot size, which I don't know, is that like 2 1/4 by like 3 1/2, something like that. It's really good cardstock, kind of flexy-ish. The ends the sides do chip a little bit, but that's because I've been shuffling this for like ever. I've had it for a really long time. But it's got a nice smooth finish. It's not a glossy finish, but it's not a super matte finish either. It's kind of like an in-between. So if I'm like guessing cardstock, I would say this is like a 310, maybe like a 310. So yeah, nice and stable. My cards are a little bowed at the moment because we're having a Santa Ana right now. And when we have a Santa Ana here in San Diego, or in California in general, it gets really dry, so our humidity is about 8%, so all of my decks start to bend. All the pictures on a refrigerator start to curl, and so that's just how it is. Normally it lays flat, but right now it's pretty dry. Okay, so you'll notice there's a keyword on the middle of each of these cards, and there's tons of different colors in here. And so let's just take a look. One of my favorite things to do is I was pulling these for like card of the day, theme for readings. I would pair them with tarot cards and readings. I would just like read specifically with it. Like I think it's such a universal deck, and I love the energy of the deck. My friend Steph out in Belgium decided, like, she was like, hey, have you ever thought of this with your deck of color? Because she also has the deck of color. She's like, why don't you pick pick your card of the day, like you know, from a different deck, or maybe two other cards, you know, two from maybe different decks, and see what the main color is between them, and then look through your deck of color and try to find the main color. Like let's say this was the common color between two other cards I picked, you know, that would just give me more insight, you know, selfish time. Oh, okay, that's interesting, you know. So now just trying to give you guys ways to take a look at it. Oh, and if you look on here, it looks like it's damaged, but it's not. That's like dust from like all my shuffling, you know, so that's easily, you could easily like wipe that off. That happens with some decks, and I'm not really sure why that is. There we go. But yeah, they just like, so that'll wipe off. It's like they get shuffle dust. I don't even know what shuffle dust is. But here I like that there's, you know, it looks like it's all the same green cards or all the same yellow, but they're slightly different shades of those colors. So like, you know, maybe you're feeling green, but you're feeling like a certain type of green, or maybe you're feeling pink, but you're feeling like a certain type of pink. If you do chakra readings, I think that this would be really good. If you do readings with people's auras and you want to incorporate cards, I think this would be great. Here you can see on the edges some of that nicking, but again, I've had it for a while. It doesn't bother me. It just happens when you shuffle a lot, people. Again, you can use it for your card of the day. And you just find out what the common color is between cards that you have picked for your cards of the day. You can use it as like, you know, you're doing a whole entire tarot spread and you're looking for like a theme card, or if you want to pair it with your tarot cards like in a spread, you could do that too. Yeah, if I'm looking to do some like insight on myself, you know, this works really well. So yeah, you could read it alone, you could read it combined with other things. Like, I mean, you guys could do whatever you want, obviously. Like, once you get a deck, it's your deck, you know, you do whatever you want. I always love this one. It's like, now! Like, do now! Not later, now! Lust for life, yes. I know the Color Mage has a deck as well, but I don't know. I was just drawn to this deck more. Maybe, I don't know. It's just, you know, sometimes you just got a feeling, and I just have a feeling that, you know, I just would work better with this one. Although every now and then I look at the Color Mage deck and I'm just like, oh, his deck is awesome. But yeah, I'm happy with this one. Okay, so let me show you how to shuffle. So I just do a little side shuffle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 cards, and I'm just going to do a general reading. So this isn't really like directed at anybody, but just so you can see how I would read them together. You know, obviously I'm not pairing it with other cards right now. So it's just like on its own. Like I said, you could read it on its own. So I'm going to choose this card and this card. We ended up getting some beautiful cards. Here we have Optimism, Turn Your Charm On, and Peace. And aren't those just some soothing colors that actually, these colors remind me of a pair of earrings that I had gotten from like my uncle's ex-girlfriend back in like, I don't know, like 1988, 1989. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what I'm getting is like if somebody were entering into a situation where they were feeling some uncertainty, like into a job interview, they're applying for a college, you know, you're going into some place where you're gonna have to show your skills, and it's somewhat competitive, like you're competing against other people to get into this certain place. So like I said, whether it's a workplace, a college, or you know, whatever it may be, maybe like a spot in the choir, or a seat in the symphony. So what this reading is showing me with these particular cards is optimism. Have faith. You know, things are going to be great because you have the skills that are needed for the position. So don't discount yourself like, oh, well, other people may be like better than me. It's like, shh. You turn that shiz down. Okay, turn that shiz down to 0. What you need to turn up to 11 is your charm. You know, you have the persuasion, you have the talk skills, you have the chit chat skills, you got the people skills, you can schmooze, you know, and that's a good thing, but you're also pairing it with your actual skills. Like, you're not just schmoozing and making up blatant lies. Like, you are a really awesome person with the skills needed for the job. So use your schmooze factor to bring that into where you're going, and overall have peace. Just whether you need to meditate, do some breathing exercises. What I always tell my students is you ever do those wall sits, you know, where it's like you're sitting in a chair, but you're pushed up against a wall, and do some deep breathing that way. That will help to instantly calm you down. So if you are, you know, just about to enter into something, just have that faith in what you know, what you can actually do. Turn on your schmooze factor, and find a way to just chill out for the I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes leading up to wherever it is where you need to turn all this stuff on. Okay. All right. So that's how I would read with these cards. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or comments about this, or if you have this deck and, you know, you have a very particular way of using it. Maybe you pair it with the Color Mage and, you know, whatever other color decks are out there. Yeah, I'd be really interested in knowing. So if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding, ding, ding notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading with me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. If you want me to use this deck in particular, you will just have to let me know upon booking. Yeah, and don't forget to head over to patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot if you really like what I do and you want to support me for as little as $1 a month and get a ton of freebies in the process, plus to help see my own oracle deck all the way through and watch it come to life, then, you know, definitely head over there. I appreciate everybody who's already there showing me their love and support, and I also always appreciate my wonderful, beautiful subscribers here on YouTube. All right, so that's it for me, spiritual homies. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out!